So Holly and DDG just announced their breakup after Holly had pushed out her baby. But wait, this is not going to be the typical read. You know, a lot of people are just copying the next person. It's like, okay, we get it. Can we go deeper into the conversation? In this video, this is going to be an unpopular opinion about all of the criticism that I've seen other people say about Holly and DDG. So the first critique that I want to address is people saying, Holly is so successful, she's so beautiful, how could this happen? So this happens every single time a beautiful, successful woman, her relationship ends. People always say this. And I think that the ones that are saying this are like femcells that have no concept of what a relationship actually is and what it takes, other than the woman being pretty and successful. There's like so many other details that goes into the recipe of making a relationship good, other than the woman is beautiful and successful, okay? And this is why on my channel, I like to focus on very frivolous things that most people might overlook, but it's the little things that can make or break you. How many times have we seen a person that might be a good person deep down inside, but they can't stop attracting bad results in their life? Like they can't find a date, they can't find a relationship. That is because it's usually something very frivolous that person does not realize that they are doing. It could be such small things that turn someone off from you, okay? So it's like, you cannot look at Halle and be like, she's so pretty, she's so successful, she's the Little Mermaid. I don't understand how this is happening to her. First of all, you don't know what it's like to date her, okay? You don't know how her cat between her legs smells. You don't know if her breath stinks. You don't know if her hair smells like mildew. You know how people leave their braids in for hecka long and it starts to stink? You don't know if her bonnet stinks every day. You don't know if this woman is crazy and has an anxious attachment style and she gets on people's nerves in the relationship. You don't know if she is argumentative. You don't know if she is a habitual nagger. When you guys say this in general about celebrities, you don't know if they have an STD. You don't know if they are allergic to accountability, like the way you guys be in my comment section. You don't know if they are very manipulative. You guys do not be knowing these celebrities' traumas. They could be emotionally unavailable. And you know, even when I said, hey, her cat could even stink, you know, that is something that's frivolous that nobody thinks about, that could be the reason why they, you know, just cannot keep a partner in their life. Their partners tend to leave them. I'm not talking about Holly, okay? I'm speaking in general. I can't stand when people do this about celebrities. That's why on my channel, I do have conversations about frivolous, silly things, because people tend to overlook that, you know? The person might have a funny smell, and that could be the reason why they're single at 40 years old, like Steph Curry. You don't know if she is overly conceited. Hey, you don't even know if she's abusive behind closed doors. You know, it's so many other details that goes into making someone a great partner. And I'm not picking Holly apart. I'm talking in general throughout the entire video. So I am so tired of people literally looking at a couple and going, but she's so successful and beautiful, and that's it. People that argue with that critique, I can tell they're not great partners, because they don't understand that it's more that goes into a relationship. You cannot use that as your argument. And so I do feel like it's like a femcell type of talking point. It's like someone that really has not really been in any relationships. So they don't know that if you've been a seasoned and experienced relationship person, you know that it is all about all of the little details combined that can make a partner good or not, you know? And also, when they say, oh, she's so successful, a lot of people are like focusing on Holly's career. What does Holly's career have to do with her being a good partner? And I'm not trying to down talk Holly. I don't know Holly, right? I'm just responding to the critiques because they do this every time a couple breaks up that is like a celebrity couple. They go, but she's so successful, she's so pretty. They think that because they have a degree, that they are entitled to a great man. Well, Honestly, relationships just simply take more than that. All right, so what I am saying is, I noticed that people are saying she's so successful, she could have dated a better man. Well, newsflash, financial and career success does not make you entitled to a good or better partner. A lot of that is actually a lot of internal work. You don't even know if her insides are compatible with DDG. Okay? Like, DDG is very outward. Like, okay, we can see that he's narcissistic. You don't even know if Holly is a covert narcissist. I mean, I'm not buying that whole good girl, goody two shoe. I don't trust anyone that is trying to act like they're just so good and sweet and soft spoken. I don't trust people like that. Show the real you. You know, I'm not trying to beat down on her, but I'm just like trying to get people to expand their mind. A lot of what requires someone to be matched and paired with a good or better partner is a lot of internal work. And we don't know Holly's insides, you know? We are on the outside looking in. I always say that nobody knows somebody more than their husband. Nobody knows somebody more than their wife, okay, than their partner. Someone's partner gets to see them on the most intimate level. Okay, what you're seeing is their representation. We all have representation that we show to the world, but it's a different story when you're actually dating that person. I'm not on DDG's side. We're about to get into DDG in a sec. I'm just saying, I want you guys to expand your mind. You got a lot of YouTubers are extremely surface level, and that's why I can only watch so many people. Yeah, I just feel like that's a flawed argument. The next critique that I seen people saying was that Holly downgraded. Holly should have chose better. Okay, here's the thing. You cannot look at couples on the surface level, because in order to be in a relationship, it requires intimacy. It requires deeper connection. You can't look at someone on the surface level and go, oh, you downgraded. You should have chose better. I have this belief system. If someone is in a relationship, they are together because they are compatible in some way, shape, or form. For example, you guys are saying that DDG is a narcissist. What if Holly is a very insecure person, and so therefore making her compatible with the narcissist? You know, what if Holly is not healthy enough to even date a better man? So a lot of times you guys will look at someone and what they're presenting on the surface, which Holly, she does play that whole goody two-shoe role. But we have to understand that if a couple is together, that means they are compatible in some way, shape, or form. Whether I can use the example of, she could be drop dead gorgeous, but if she's insecure and her childhood was messed up, it could lead her to dating horrible men. You know, so therefore making her compatible with horrible men. That is what I'm talking about in this conversation. A lot of these women, when you look at them and you say, oh, they could have done better, you don't know how her insides look like. A lot of times people get what they deserve. If someone can do better, they would have. And especially a person like Holly, where if you're a celebrity, I mean, you have access to any type of person. You know what I mean? And so if she's choosing DDG, then that's her match. They match in some way, shape, or form, whether you see it or not. This girl might have a messed up attachment style. You never know. She might be anxiously attached. And you know, that also scares off good people. I'm just giving all types of scenarios. I'm just throwing scenarios on the wall at this point to get people to expand their mind, maybe even self-reflect. Too many times on YouTube, you know, when we talk about relationships, it's just extremely surface level. There's more nuances that go into it. So I feel like if a woman is dating a quote unquote narcissist, I do believe in some way, shape, or form, she is compatible with that person. She might have very unhealthy, toxic ways, and so she's drawn to toxic men. So stop trying to coddle this woman like she's a grown woman. You know, if you like what I said and you want more of where that came from, I just dropped the video. It's like titled Dating Advice for Women Who Can't Stop Dating Men Who Ain't Ish. I had to realize this hard pill in my own life. Stumbled across a few bad situations and I had to realize, wait a minute, what made me drawn to a situation like this? It had to be something deep down inside of me, whether it's probably needed more therapy. Y'all don't even know this girl. This girl could literally, she seems very quiet and reserved, right? She could have all types of diagnoses that she's dealing with. A lot of celebrities do. A lot of people on top are sociopaths, psychopaths. You don't know this girl. She could have borderline personality disorder. She could be schizophrenic. Stop looking at a pretty face in the career and then getting shocked when they can't keep their relationships. It's so much more that goes into why two people are together. And that's another thing. You don't even know why she's dating him. I can go on and on and on. Like, sometimes people are sent to help you grow, to teach you certain lessons. Clearly, if Holly is with this man, and you guys say he's so horrible, she obviously isn't that matured. So what makes, like, you guys are saying that she deserves a better man? What makes her deserve a better man if she was so immature to choose a man like DDG? She's just not there yet. She's not there mentally yet, and that plays a big role. How about this? If she is mentally compatible and mentally into men like DDG, why would a good man or a better man even want to be bothered by an immature, silly woman like her? She's the type to get a good man and fumble him and probably cheat on him because she doesn't see his value. Are you your type's type? What makes a good man want her? And you can't say her career. It's more to a relationship than that. So, I feel like she's with her match. I don't know how, but in some way, shape, or form, that is her match. DDG is her match. How about this? Say you're a good woman, right? And you're dating a guy where all he's mentally drawn to is a bunch of IG 304s and stuff like that, just silly women. Would you even want to be bothered by a guy like that if you're a good woman? Like, what I need women to do, if you want to become a better partner, exercise empathy. Always flip it and ask yourself, would you tolerate that? That's gonna make you improve in your relationships. Sometimes if all guys see is your type, especially with Holly's situation, she had a baby by this man, that is going to repel good men because they don't want to be bothered by you. It's giving dysfunctional. Why are you even into men like this? So we got to ask ourselves, do the good men even want to be bothered by her? Do the upgrades even want to be bothered by her? Flip it and ask yourself that. If the guy that wants you, all of his exes are just dysfunctional women, like IG baddies, 304s and stuff like that, wouldn't you feel like an ick? You would not really want to deal with that guy. Okay then. Sometimes the people that you date, it makes your value go down. And so good people don't want to be bothered. They feel like you're not going to really appreciate them. If that is what you like, people want to be your type. When you date someone, you want to be their type, okay? And clearly Holly likes the Pookies. So why the heck would a good man want to be bothered? So, like I said, Holly is with her match. Okay? Cut it out. So I just feel like that critique is flawed. Next. Now we're talking about DDG. Okay? We already know, you heard it from everyone else, he's a narcissist. Do I really need to sit here and just dive deep into that? No. It's boring. I like to talk about gray areas. And a gray area that I haven't noticed most people talk about is peep how all the ladies were drooling and really falling for this man's manipulation tactics. DDG was posting his newborn child every 5 seconds, exploiting the child. He is like a YouTuber, and I'm a YouTuber too. If you know, you know. YouTube is one of the most sickest places for you to broadcast your life on, because it's so many trolls, it's so many hate watchers, and here he goes exploiting his little infant baby to the world, to criticism. It's honestly against the baby's will. What if the baby doesn't want to be a YouTuber? What if the baby doesn't want to be on a podcast? You didn't even get the baby's consent. But he's that type of person where all he cares about is YouTube. And so I notice, if you notice with him, it's like he puts YouTube and the fame and the clout first. It's like a drug to him. He puts that first, and he puts the well-being of his family second. So you know how he kept accidentally on purpose posting Holly's stomach when she, you know dang well she wanted to keep that pregnancy a secret, and he kept exposing her for clout? Okay, the same thing with the baby. What mother in her right mind wants the baby on the internet every 5 seconds? But we knew DDG was going to do that because he's a YouTuber. That's what YouTubers do. So my problem with that was all of the women in the comment sections glorifying him, praising him. They were telling him that he was this great father. Oh my God, you're such a good father. Oh my God. That's exactly why y'all get played today. When I watched that is why women get played, and they can't stop getting played, because you guys can't peep game to save your life. This is basic psychology. Basic psychology is that unhappy people are the loudest and the most in your face, especially online. So unhappy couples do the most posting. They do the most bragging online. The thing is, a lot of women feel like guys are trash. Yeah, because the unhappy people are the loudest. Happy people are tucked off. We've all met that couple that gets into a relationship and you never see them again. That is what happy couples are like. Happy couples keep their relationships sacred. Anyone that has to overcompensate by posting something 24/7, it's because they're insecure about it in real life and things are going wrong in real life. Hence the breakup. Right after DDG was broadcasting his child every 5 seconds and you guys were eating it up, he ends up breaking up with Holly. So it's clear that they did not have this happy home like he was portraying it to be online. And so you guys can't peep game to save your life. You can't spot a narcissist to save your life. You know, you fall for like the easy okie dokes. Because when he was broadcasting his baby and exploiting his baby, I did not fall for that. I knew in my head, like, this is a red flag. Why are you shoving this newborn baby in our face every 5 seconds? Why are you trying to prove so hard that you are a good father? That tells me I know he's not a good father. So women who can't peep the game on that, you will forever get played by men. I don't know what to tell you. Those will be the women on Facebook who will forever shout guys are trash. But in reality, she's really just slow. And she can't avoid bad men to save her life because she falls for the easy okie doke. So shout out to the women like me that's seen right through DDG broadcasting his child. Shout out to the women who got disgusted watching DDG post his newborn baby every 5 seconds. See, and what's really weird is most women can't stop talking about narcissists. Okay, every woman talks about narcissists, right? But you can't spot one when it's right in front of your face. You've fallen for the okie doke. As much education and as much as you guys beat the narcissistic topic down to the ground, you would think you would be able to pick up on one. What DDG did when he was posting his child every 5 seconds, that was extremely narcissistic. And here y'all women go, oh, he's such a good father. Oh my God, I love this. He's such a good father. Y'all are slow. Y'all need my channel. You know, and a lot of people come to my channel and they're like, oh my God, I want to send this video to my friend so bad. She just doesn't get it. Yes, please help these slow women out. Send my channel to your slow friends, please, for the love of Jesus Christ. That girl that can't stop dating and dealing with men who are trash, please send my channel to her. I will get her right. Getting back to my talking point earlier, like I said, this is why I focus on frivolous things on my channel, because it's the little things that could make or break a situation. You can't look at someone overall and see that they're beautiful and successful and go, well, how come she's single? You sound like a femcel that has never been in a relationship before. It's just a really embarrassing talking point, in my opinion, because it's like at your big grown age, some of these people that are saying this are literally like 38 years old. How at 38 years old you don't know that there's more that goes into a relationship? So I feel like a lot of people with that critique, they've never had a relationship before. That's something that I would say and think if I've never had a relationship before. But once you've been really seasoned and you've had quite a few relationships, you know that like it's just more that goes into it. I'm trying to think of other critiques that I've heard that people say. The last one. Oh my God, okay. If I see one more girl say that DDG trapped Holly, I'm going to lose my mind. Can someone please explain in the comment section how a guy could trap a woman? That makes no logical sense. Let me explain to you why that makes no sense. Trap means trap. Trap means no way out, no other option. Women have a lot of different options to avoid pregnancies, way more than guys. If a guy gets a girl pregnant, that's it. He's trapped. It's up to the woman. The woman can choose to have a baby and he can't do nothing about it. If a girl gets pregnant, she has different ways and options to get out of that. So can you guys please comment how a man is trapping a woman? Huh? So if a woman gets pregnant, that's her body, right? So she literally has the leverage. She can choose to do whatever she wants. That's why I always say, if a woman is pregnant, that's her choice. There is so many birth control before and after. Before you could have got on birth control. And even after he slipped up and made a mistake, there are things you can take. You can take a plan B. Abortion is an option. Like, I'm noticing in general, people always want situations to be equal. Like, no, we need to, it's the men too. Every situation is not equal. And in this case, it's not equal. I don't believe that guys can trap girls. That doesn't even make sense to me. Men don't even have birth control. Let me explain the definition of trapping. Trapping means you are having a child and the other person has no say-so. If the baby is in a woman's body, that means it's her say-so or not. It's literally in her body. Is it in a man's body? So a woman could literally choose to keep the baby and the guy will be like, no, I don't want the baby. And she could still choose to keep it, but you can't do that the other way around. Also, I mean, how many times have we literally heard women lie to a guy and say they're infertile to try to get his seed? She'll lie and say she's on birth control to try to get his seed. Like, it's just, listen, stop trying to make everything equal. You sound dumb. Okay, it is a reason why the thing is women tend to trap men, because logically it makes more sense. So the whole trapping thing, that makes no sense to me. And I just feel like it's a victim complex. I feel like women who think like that, they probably have a lot of issues in their life. I can tell, because that is a woman that is irresponsible. She takes no accountability. Women have too many ways to get out of pregnancy, way more than guys do. I think a better argument, if you really want to go down that lane, at least say something like, oh, it takes two to tango. Okay, fair enough. They both knew what they were doing when they did it without the condom, but I don't believe that guys can trap girls. I don't agree. I don't agree with this argument. Can you guys explain it more to me? Do you mean like brainwash her into wanting to have the baby?
I mean, if that's what it is, then say that. But trapping is a crazy word to describe what a man is doing to a woman. I mean, come on. Like, even when I was explaining that to someone, I bursted out laughing because it sounded so ridiculous. So say pressure, say something else at the very least. Okay, even though I don't agree with that, because listen, if a woman wants to have children, she's going to have children. And if she doesn't, she'll take precaution to avoid the predicament. It's really that simple. Stop freaking coddling this woman. Lord have mercy. Whenever I think we are progressing in society, it's like we take so many steps back away from common sense. So getting back to this crazy DDG trapped Holly situation. Okay, I just read online, I think they're saying it's because she's more successful than him. Listen, unless he put a gun to her head, like, what is she? When I explained this to someone literally said, is she a retard? I mean, come on, this is a grown woman. My goodness. She wanted to have the baby. She wanted to deal with him, and that's that. Just like what me and someone else said. If they're going with that argument of he brainwashed and pressured her to have a baby, and apparently maybe she quote unquote didn't want to, oh, okay, then you're retarded. You're freaking slow. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, grow a backbone. I don't believe this argument. I think that this is what people with victim mentalities, it's the narrative that they have created for Holly. But that's not what's going on. She had a baby because she wanted to have a baby, period. Okay? Realize is people who like kind of coddle baby mamas, it's because they've never really been around them to see past their BS. The people that are like, oh no, leave them alone, don't shame single moms, they've never been around single moms and baby mamas. Girls who literally go out of their way to choose the worst type of man on earth and become a baby mom. You know, stop coddling them. They know what they're doing. They're grown. They do it on purpose. I feel like all the people that are making excuses for these baby mamas and, oh, it's his fault, and oh, he trapped her. You do know that you are the reason why so many of them exist. People who think on the surface level will think that intercourse creates single baby moms. But if you're a deep critical thinker, you'll realize, no, it is the psyche. It's the mentality that creates these single baby mamas. What creates a single baby mom is like when they're surrounded by a bunch of enablers. Anyone who has grown up with a parent that told them, if you get pregnant, I'm kicking you out of my household, will tell you that they thought twice before becoming a single baby mom. Part of the reason why people even become that way is because of all of the enablers around them. Like I said, they have the grandma that's willing to take the baby in. They have the friend. Everyone who is dysfunctional, it's because they are surrounded by a bunch of enablers. So it's like, just zip it. You're not helping. The last thing that they need is you to freaking absolve them of accountability. I understand how to make a woman not become a single baby mom. Most women become single baby mothers because of the lack of accountability. So when they're pregnant, they'll go, oh, he trapped me, whelp, and just throw their hands up as if they don't have any other way out of it. Like, come on, bro. That is such a weak argument. Like I said, there's no accountability. And women who think like that, 9 times out of 10, they will probably be habitual baby mamas, because it's like, come on, you are totally playing the victim. And, you know, this is a tough love, big sister conversation. You know, we got to be responsible. In order to avoid baby mama culture, you have to be responsible for your own life as a woman. The reason why so many women end up as single baby moms is because they have that mindset of, he trapped her. It's like, oh my gosh, responsibility on your end left the conversation. So I don't agree at all with that critique. That critique enables women to become single baby moms. I don't want to talk about the single baby mama topic too much, because I just feel like people have beat that down to the ground. Listen, we don't have to keep doing videos warning women not to do that. By 2024, with all of the knowledge, all of the YouTube videos people have done for decades, I think it's common sense that it's not a good idea to become that. So I watch girls do this. Girls don't become baby mamas by accident. It's a decision that they chose on purpose. So that's another reason why I don't agree with the whole trapping thing. No, you actively chose this decision, okay? And the reason I say that is because it is common sense that is not a good route. It's not good to have children out of wedlock, but people still do it. So it's just let them mess up. I don't think that we need to continue to have conversations telling girls not to do it. By now, they should know not to do it. And I've pretty much just washed my hands with that conversation. It's just super repetitive. Like, at the end of the day, I don't believe that you can make most people do what they don't want to do. And having a baby is very serious. So I don't think that anyone put a gun to Holly's head and trapped her. Like,
In order for a woman to push out an entire baby, that's like the most serious decision that she could make in her entire life. There was something in her that wanted that baby. You just can't tell me otherwise. I've studied baby mamas for years. And the common denominator of what I've noticed is, listen, they be actively making these decisions. Nobody accidentally, oops, time to have a baby. That's a huge decision. And they know what they're getting into. So just stop with the overly coddling Holly. Once again, you don't know her. And I'm definitely not on DDG's side either. I mean, DDG, I don't know what else to say about DDG. To me, he's a pookie. They always choose those types. I don't know what more to say. I mean, if you want a video dissecting DDG's narcissism, literally just type in DDG and Holly broke up, and every video that you click, we'll talk about that. I don't like talking about what everybody talks about. My channel is a gray area channel. So I talk about the things that people miss. You will rarely see me do a copy and paste video like everyone else. Usually my opinions are very unique opinions.
And also, I talk about things that I'm interested in. I am not interested in breaking down, the red flags of an obvious pookie. Like, literally, women need to get on game. I can look at a man and just immediately go, no. Like, do we really have to sit here and dissect DDG? Like, that's just so boring to me. You can literally look at him and tell, like, this is not a great guy. Like, I'm sorry, people ask me to do certain topics. If I'm not doing it, it's because I'm just not interested in it. So yeah, I mean, look at the man on the screen. He looks like a pookie. He looks dusty. I don't know what more to say. There's thousands of videos of people pointing out his red flags. I mean, whoop-de-doo. Wow, a pookie has red flags. Wow, oh my god, the sky is blue today. I also kind of find it annoying when like YouTubers are like, see, I told you guys, I predicted it. Anybody could predict people splitting up after a baby comes if they're having it out of wedlock. That's just like common sense. Sometimes I think like I could literally be a sidekick because it's really not that hard. Human behavior is just very predictable, I would make a lot of money if I was a sidekick. Just saying. Because people that get excited, like, oh, I told y'all they were gonna break up. It's like, do you want a cookie? Like, that's common sense that they would break up. That would actually be surprising if they stayed together. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I'll do more complex topics, but I am not gonna sit here and do an entire video about red flags in a literal pookie. Okay, like, please. That's like level 1 dating advice. If you are still falling for pookies at your big grown age, because I'm sorry, but 24, it's like, come on. Okay? I would expect this behavior out of maybe like 17 and under. 24, you're a little bit delayed, a little bit slow. By 24, however old she is, you should be able to look at a dude, and if he gives pookie vibes, keep it pushing. I mean, what more do you want me to say? Like, I don't know what else to say. What I will say actually is something that I've noticed, and I can speak on this because I have so much experience just living around different groups of people. I've been in cities where I was the only black person out of a white neighborhood. I've been in cities where I'm around a lot of black people. And I will say that getting pregnant by bad boys, pookies, thugs, those archetypes, that is a black woman thing. A lot of other ethnicities know to just have fun with those types of men, but black women will be the only ones who try to turn those types of men into fathers. And, certain illiterate black women will use like a trailer trash white woman who has been influenced by black women and be like, no, see, white women do it too. I'm talking about regular, real white people, okay? A trailer trash don't count. I was around regular, real white folks in whatever upper middle class neighborhood or whatever. They don't do that. Like, those white girls at the most will kind of just fetishize those types of dudes and have fun with them and then put them back on the shelf and then go marry, the good guy, the good presenting guy, from what I've noticed. This is why I do a lot of videos around black women's dysfunction. I feel like black women are kind of dysfunctional. And the thing is, like, I don't believe in, like, oh, white people, like, they are the end all be all, but I do think that they do live life in a more functional way. Yes, I would be a liar if I sat up here and said that they didn't. Okay, but that's fine. I mean, they've had a head start, I understand. But I'm just saying that is something that I have noticed. Okay? But yeah, no, I don't live my life up to white people standards. Could care less. But they are better in that department, where the girls kind of know better. They just are better at picking, like, who to settle down with and stuff like that. And black women, they have the tendency to kind of, like, I notice in general, in all topics, they'll throw rocks and hide their hands. They'll make the bed that they have to lay in and then cry later. They play the victim a lot. So, yeah. So I want to do this thing in the end of my videos where I acknowledge kind gestures from my subscribers, whether it's them sending me a Cash App or writing me nice little paragraphs. So the bougie hippie, thank you girl, said, "Hey everyone, I wanted to share some of my favorite YouTube channels that always inspire me and entertain me. Whether you're looking for relatable content, personal growth tips, or just a good laugh, these creators have got you covered." She tagged me and said, @BluntGirly. If you are into honest and raw commentary, Blunt Girly's channel is a must watch. Her unfiltered takes on life's up and downs is both refreshing and relatable. Thank you so freaking much once again. I really appreciate this. Love you, love your channel, and I love all of you guys. I love my subs. And all right, guys, I'll see you guys soon with the next video. Bye.